Let me get this camera situated here real quick. And then I'll catch up on chat, see who's here. There we go. Okay, well, that'll have to do for now. Well, how's everybody doing? Whoa. What? The Bad Batch trailer? What? No way. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna watch that here real quick. Because I just have to. So, you guys, I guess, can just watch me react. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat what's been going on this week for you. I know I've been pretty busy with school stuff, so that's been fun. Let me know in the chat how you are doing this week. How's it hanging? And I am going to watch the Bad Batch trailer real quick. Unfortunately, I'm not set up to be able to share that with you guys. So you will have to just watch me watch that. I can't really share my screen right now. There's Commander Cody. Yeah, so if you haven't watched the Bad Batch trailer, then definitely jump off of this live stream and go watch it. I just typed in Bad Batch Star Wars in YouTube. Brought me to the trailer. Oh, that's sweet. Wow. So this takes place after episode 3. After the war. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I'm glad that you guys caught that. That dropped. I would have not known. That's so cool. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, let's see. Marin's here. Star Knight's here. Hey, what's up, man? No Ghost is here. Ponkrello is here. How's everybody doing? Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, the Star Wars channel, I guess the three videos they have out right now. I just briefly saw this. This is new information to me as well, but there's the Bad Batch trailer, there's something on the Andor series, and oh gosh, what else was there? Let me go back there real quick. Oh, and the season 2 recap. I'm sure that I don't know why they did that, but there's going to be 8 episodes of The Mandalorian. We've got tonight's episode and then next week. So yeah, cool. Dylan, Faith, how's it going? Connor, how's it going? DB Skywalker, Austin, how are you guys doing? Yeah. So if you're just joining, we really haven't done much yet. I just watched the Bad Batch trailer, and there's an Andor one and everything too. So that's cool. I'll have to watch those a little bit later. Connor, no, I didn't see the Cobra Kai season 3 trailer yet. When did that drop? I haven't seen that yet. Let me know if you guys watch Cobra Kai, because that's also a fun show. Definitely not as cool as Star Wars, but that's fun. Oh, that dropped yesterday. Sweet. I'll have to check that out. Sweet. Well, I posted this on the community tab of the channel, but kind of the next 2 weeks I will be um, working on final stuff, like final papers and stuff for the grad school program I'm in, and I do not have a lot of extra time. So video uploads will be pretty slow. We're still going to do the live streams on Thursdays because that's just fun, and I need a break from school once in a while. So hanging out with you guys is a good break to do that. But in terms of uploads, I'm gonna try to get one fanfic done, and then I'll do my Mando breakdowns because those are those are fairly easy to do. But for the most part, I just wanted to take a break from finals for me, and be able to hang out with you guys, talk Star Wars. So what questions do you guys have about Star Wars? I want to see those in the chat. We'll start there. Yeah, what questions about Star Wars do you have, or what topics do you even want to talk about? And then we'll kind of talk about what I'm expecting to see from tonight's episode of The Mandalorian. And you guys, yeah, I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen as well, in The Mandalorian, because man, it's winding down. We're getting to a point where the season is coming to a close, and we're going to be right back where we were just a couple months ago, eagerly awaiting more Mandalorian. So can't wait for that. But so much has happened. Is it weird that Boba could have easily took down Luke because we saw him go through stormtroopers like it was nothing? No way. Uh, yeah, Boba absolutely took out those stormtroopers like it was no problem, but Luke Skywalker, completely different. Boba could not have taken out Luke. I mean, Luke's on a different tier than a stormtrooper, for sure. In the Bad Batch trailer, I thought I saw Bo-Katan. You could have. I missed that. I saw some of you guys were saying that you saw Fennec Shand, and I saw that. I assume she's that lady that was wearing the orange mask that kind of covered her face. That's what masks do, is cover faces. But yeah, I'm gonna guess that probably was Fennec Shand. Should have shot a rocket at Luke. I mean, Jango tried to shoot a rocket at Obi-Wan, and it didn't really work out. I mean, I guess, yeah, Obi-Wan just got lucky. I don't know. Yeah, bro, just saw the trailer. Yeah, good stuff. I honestly was not expecting that we were going to see any trailers to that today. That wasn't even on my radar. I've been focusing so much on The Mandalorian that when I thought Star Wars, I only thought, okay, we're just, Star Wars is focused on Mandalorian. Of course, they've got other projects going on. And yeah, okay, yeah, Palpable is awesome in the red robe. So we get that parallel from when he's in the Senate announcing the Galactic Republic. We see that in the trailer. That's crazy. So that my first impression tells me that gives us where it fits in the timeline. Right after or Order 66, and so the show's probably going to cover from Revenge of the Sith on where the Bad Batch goes from there. Because, correct me, somebody tell me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure that the Bad Batch didn't have the inhibitor chips, or they at least had them removed. I can't remember. So somebody tell me the accurate information. What the Bad Batch had in terms of the inhibitor chip. Did they have one? For some reason, I remember that they never even got one in place because they wanted a batch of clones that... Yeah, anyways, I don't know a whole lot about the backstory of the Bad Batch, so hopefully this show helps us out with that, gives us a little bit of backstory there. Roman, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah, so I think that they got the chips out of their head for sure. I'm just wondering if they ever even had inhibitor chips in there. Anyways, yeah, I'm hyped. So I'm not sure. I feel like there's been so many rumors of different Star Wars shows, whether it's the Boba Fett show. Obviously, we've heard talks of the Ahsoka show. Obviously, now we're getting confirmation that we're getting a Bad Batch show. We're getting the Cassian Andor series. Kenobi is obviously that. I mean, that's so heavily rumored that I mean we're gonna see it. But how do you say that? Oh, the species that the Kaminoans. I read that as spices. Oh, you did write spice. Must have been a typo. I I read it spices like, oh, what spices were the Kaminoans taking when they were creating the clones? Um, yeah, don't do spice, kids. Yeah, so the Kaminoans. The Kaminoans were the ones who created the clones. I think they don't because one of the cloners did not think they would be useful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, autocorrect's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I figured um that was one of the best. I laughed so much when Boba Fett was flying up towards the Imperial cruiser at the end of the last episode, and he's like, "They're back. The Empire's back." And Fennec Shan's obviously questioning him, like, "Hey, no, that's not possible. The New Republic has jurisdiction out here. Blah blah blah." And Boba's response is, "This is no spice dream. I'm seeing the Empire right before me." So I just thought that was funny. Not sure why. Yeah, so what do you guys think we're going to see in the final chapter of The Mandalorian? Ooh, Star Knight, good question. Do I think Mace is alive? You know, I think there's two parts to that question. The first part is, do I want to see Mace Windu alive? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Second part of the question, if he is alive, which I do think it's possible he's alive. I think it's possible that Mace is alive. You guys know the theory behind that. Jedi have survived much worse than falling out a window. It's very plausible that Mace was electrocuted by Palpatine and cast out the window and would have been severely injured, but it's very possible that he could have survived that, especially given he was, other than Yoda, the most powerful Jedi at that point in time. So you could tell me that he survived, and I would believe that. That'd be very believable. I mean, more believable, I guess, than Boba Fett coming out of the Sarlacc pit, even. All that to say, I think he could be alive, and it would make sense. But I don't think that they're going to bring him back in The Mandalorian. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. I'm going to adjust this camera real quick. There we go. I could be wrong. I really could be wrong, and they could bring Mace Windu back in The Mandalorian. I don't think they will, just because I feel like telling his story separately from The Mandalorian would make sense. I feel like if they brought, maybe not, I could see it. I could see it tying in with Boba Fett, and wouldn't it be weird if Boba Fett and Mace Windu did team up? We've got this weird, maybe imagine a world where Mace Windu is the one who responds to Grogu's call on Tython, and Mace Windu comes out of hiding. We don't know what he's been doing throughout the galaxy. It'd have to be something pretty important to explain why he never showed up during the rebellion. He'd have to be either off doing some really important, like, soul searching. He's searching for more Jedi. He's secretly trying to create his own Jedi Order in undercover so that Palpatine wouldn't find that, the Empire wouldn't find that, so he's not getting involved in the rebellion. So I guess you could make the case that if Mace Windu was alive, he never showed up to help the rebellion. I guess it makes sense. He wouldn't want to be found by the Empire. He wouldn't want to risk losing the Jedi Order entirely. So yeah, okay, I could see that. Mace Windu's coming back. He's been laying low, but now the events of the Mandalorian, Grogu has reached out in the Force, and Mace is sensing a power that he hasn't sensed in a long time. Obviously, Grogu is an incredibly powerful Force user, Force youngling. Um, so yeah, okay. Long story short, I guess I could see it. I wasn't always sold on the Mace Windu theory, just because I don't see it happening. I'd be really surprised if they did do that. But if it does happen, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see it. I don't know if that actually answered your question. I guess short answer, it could happen. Do I think it will happen? Maybe. Probably not this season though. I'll be blown away if it does. Okay, I saw somebody's question. You know that doctor testing Baby Yoda has the same badge as the clone troopers when they're not wearing their armor, cloning. Yeah, so I think that's just, I'd have to look at a side by side, but I think it's just kind of the standard Republic insignia in terms of like, I mean, just their ranks. I'm blanking on what that's even called. But yeah, I have a question. If the Death Star blasted at a lightsaber, could the lightsaber deflect the blast into the Death Star and destroy it? I don't think so. I mean, a lightsaber is a powerful weapon itself, but imagine how much force is going behind the turbo laser of the Death Star. You would have like, who's going to be holding the lightsaber that deflects that shot? Like that's a planet killing shot. Who's going to be holding the Death Star that can withstand the force, just the sheer force that would hit, like, impact that lightsaber? Maybe technically the blade would hold up, but I don't think it would have the power to send it back to the Death Star. Yeah, I think more likely. I also think that that blast is so huge it would like swallow the lightsaber. Maybe the lightsaber blocks like a small portion of the blast, but you got to think it's a turbo laser that destroys planets. It's not going to be the size of a blaster bolt. It's absolutely way bigger. I'm sure you could find out exactly how big that was, but I don't know. Instead of the trench run, that is. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting question, but yeah, I think a lightsaber would not be the case. So we've kind of been talking about what Jedi we think we're gonna see. I mean, the Mace Windu theory got brought up, and I've been in my breakdowns. I've kind of gone back and forth. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've gone back and forth between, is it going to be Ezra or is it going to be Luke that we see? And I think I'm finally landing on Luke. That, to me, that makes the most sense at this point. Who we're going to see at the end? Who's going to find Grogu and train him? Autocorrect sucks. Half of my last sentence autocorrect messed it up. Let me read your, instead of the trench run, that is how that just, yeah, okay. I know what you're saying, Austin. In my head, I'm registering it, but yeah, the sentence itself did not come out well. How did Maz Kanata ever end up with Luke's lightsaber? Okay, so I might be a little bit incomplete on this, but the Star Wars, the 2020 Star Wars comics from Marvel, they actually cover this. And there might be some gaps that you guys might have to help me fill in. But pretty much what happens is a couple days after Luke has his encounter with Vader, he goes back to Bespin with Lando, and they start searching through. Lando's basically like, yeah, okay, if your lightsaber went down that shaft, then it probably ended up in the garbage collection area. So we get Luke looking through and sifting through all of the garbage of Cloud City, and he ends up not finding it because he goes and helps Lando, I think. I might be a little fuzzy on this. I haven't read it since the spring, but he ends up abandoning his search for his lightsaber in the garbage pits of Bespin to go help Lando, who's being chased by stormtroopers or something like that. And after he leaves, an Ugnaught finds it, and from there it kind of just makes its way to different people, just different random people get it because they think it's interesting or whatever, and it finally ends up in the hands of Maz Kanata. So it's really not like anything spectacular, any special story. Unless I'm missing something, it's pretty much just an Ugnaught found it in the garbage, and it went from one person to another until Maz Kanata got it. But she recognized what it really was, so yeah. Well, surely in our world, none of us would ever give up a lightsaber. If I found a lightsaber, I would not give it up. But in there's a lot of times in Star Wars where you have ordinary people that they come across a lightsaber, they find a lightsaber or whatever, and they maybe some of them know that, hey, this is the weapon of the Jedi. This is an incredibly valuable and rare weapon. But there's also a lot of times when people come across a lightsaber and they're like, all right, yeah, this is that laser sword that the Jedi have. So it's not a big deal to them. So a lot of times you can see people find a lightsaber and they just kind of sell it to the highest bidder because they need their spice money, I guess. Dark Sith, how's it going? No worries, that's all good. Welcome. How's your week going? You guys did see the mug today, right? We got Boba Fett. He's no good to me dead. Yep. This is probably one of my favorite mugs. And normally it's tea that I'm drinking, but this week it is coffee because, as I mentioned, I am working on like two 14-page papers and then one 6-page final, like essay final. So coffee is my fuel for the day. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, back to the lightsaber thing, if I was to come across a lightsaber, there's no way that I would ever give that up. Like, even just this one hanging behind me, yeah, Luke's lightsaber, that one is just, it's just a regular Black Series lightsaber, and that thing is so cool. Just to ignite and swing around. Imagine a real lightsaber. That'd be super cool. And I'm not talking like, okay, I know that the Hacksmith YouTube channel, that probably all of us have seen something from him. I know that he made a lightsaber, but it's not the same. It's not the same as the real ones, okay? When I was younger, I used to think George went to space somehow and seen the events of Star Wars and come back to Earth and told... Dude, I mean, as a little kid, I could see that. Like, just... Old George Lucas went up into space and saw the events. His ship was commandeered by a Star Destroyer, and he saw the events of Star Wars play out, and he came back to tell the story. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, the mind of a child, as Yoda says. That was not a Yoda impression at all. That was horrible. So, okay, this makes me think, if you were in the Star Wars universe, what would your job be? Like, what would your role in the Star Wars universe be if you could have any role? So, I mean, we're talking, you could do anything from be a Jedi Knight to a spice dealer. What would you be? Put it in the chat. Hey, Star Wars Multiverse. Hey, I've been hitting Galaxy of Heroes pretty hard, and Star Wars Multiverse, we're now allies in that, so your characters have been incredibly helpful because I haven't played this game since it came out, like way back then, and all of my characters suck, and I'm not progressing, but having an alliance and being able to use some of your characters has been incredibly helpful. So thank you for that. Shout out to that. Shout out to Star Wars Multiverse. Good stuff. Yeah. Who else plays Galaxy of Heroes? Put that in the chat. Ooh, if Obi-Wan was trained under Mace Windu, do you think that he would be powerful enough to beat Count Dooku? I don't know. Typically it seems like the standard, obviously when you ask what if somebody got trained by Mace Windu, the logical conclusion is that they also become experts in Vapad, or at least versed in Vapad, which was Mace Windu's variation of the 7th form of lightsaber combat. And again, I've talked about it before. I'm sure you guys have seen other explanations of it too. But I mean, it's essentially the Vapad is essentially taking the dark side power of an opponent and rechanneling it back to them, which is why probably Mace Windu, I think, really had the upper hand against Sidious in Revenge of the Sith. But all that to say, one of the advantages that Obi-Wan does typically have in his own lightsaber combat is that he is one of the best practitioners of Sorsu. I think that's the form. Yeah, form 4. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But that's essentially the lightsaber form that like excels at defensive maneuvers. So Obi-Wan, form 3. Okay, thank you for the correction there. But it is Sorsu, right? Yeah, okay, form 3. Thank you for the correction. But Obi-Wan was an incredibly defensive duelist, whereas Count Dooku was incredibly efficient and fast. So Obi-Wan, I think part of the reason he often lost to Dooku in Attack of the Clones and in Revenge of the Sith was that he, in the long run, could outlast Dooku, but Dooku was so quick and efficient that often bested Obi-Wan. I don't know. It's been a while, and honestly, I've never really put a lot of research or thought into that. So, yeah. Dark Sith, you made your own rewrite of the prequels. Did you make a video? Did you put that in video form? Because if you did, I'd love to watch it. I saw somebody else. Dark Penguin, you play Galaxy of Heroes? Okay, if you play Galaxy of Heroes, comment, let me see the best way to do this. But if you play Galaxy of Heroes and you want to be allies in there, you could either go and follow... Here, let me do this. You could go and follow my Instagram account and DM me your ally code, or somewhere on my channel I have an email address that you could hit that. But I'm gonna throw the link to the Instagram account into the description. So if you want to be allies, then DM me your ally code, which let me, boom, copy and back. Again, this is really just me selfishly needing more help in Galaxy of Heroes. So, boom. If you don't have Instagram, then I don't know. You can shoot me an email. I'll try to find that email. Sorry, the camera's wobbling. This table that I've got everything on is not good. It could fall over at any moment. Okay. Well, that covers that. Okay, Marin asked, which Star Wars character would I be and why? Okay. I feel like every time I answer a question, I always have two parts to the question. The first would be, um, there's one character that I relate to the most, and that is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, through and through, I've always related to him. He's a character who is really cautious and kind of plays by the rules, and that's just always been my personality. I've been somebody who just I like to play by the rules. I like to keep it safe. Um, Obi-Wan's got kind of a more mild manner, and that's typically how I am too. So if there's one character that I relate to the most, and could see myself being the most, it's Obi-Wan. That would be like a pretty easy switch. But I also would not mind being, oh gosh, why is this escaping me? I would not mind being really almost any Jedi. It'd be cool. Luke Skywalker, though, I think the reason I'd want to be Luke Skywalker is because I love the idea that Luke gets to be a Jedi, but he also gets to kind of do his own thing. So I mean, he's not constrained by the old Jedi Order. He's forging his own path as a Jedi, and I think that's really cool. That'd be awesome to be able to be a Jedi, but pretty much do what you want. The same is true as with Ahsoka. That would be cool. Let's see. Let me try to catch up on chat. Mike. Oh, okay. Dark Penguin. There's your code. I'm gonna copy that real quick, just because I will forget, and then I'll paste it somewhere so that I don't forget. I just got Anakin Skywalker in Galaxy of Heroes, and I'm very excited about that. Let's see. There we go. That should work. Okay. All right. Cool. There's that. Try not to. Marin, Qui-Gon Jinn, DB Skywalker, I would be Anakin. So would Qui-Gon die, and then Obi-Wan trains Anakin in third? Oh, okay, you guys are talking about the rewrite. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. A Beskar Mando in Galaxy of Heroes. You know, yeah, Anakin is an awesome character, Dark Penguin. I keep bumping the camera. We're killing it today. At least we don't have Wi-Fi issues like last week. Okay, cool. Beskar Mando's coming in like a week. Sweet. Trying to... Dark Sith, you're rewriting the whole saga, starting with the prequels. Yeah, Boba Fett is in that game. He's awesome. Boba Fett is in that. That game is free to play. So if you have like a smartphone or something like that, you can just download the game, and it's free to play. There are like in-app purchases, but you don't have to do those. Like, you can still have a ton of fun without paying for things. Could you do what if Anakin never dueled Obi-Wan? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're saying if he never dueled Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Okay, that's cool. Do you like Battlefront 2? Yeah, so I've been playing Battlefront 2 since 2017. Like, even when the game sucked before all the updates, I played it. And I've never really stopped since. It's probably my favorite game to play. I play it on Xbox, so maybe one of these days I'll try to get some, like, an Xbox party or something going with Battlefront Xbox players. I am building a PC, so I mentioned this in the last live stream, but I am building a PC. And at the end of the month or like early January, I'd like to start doing some gameplays. Battlefront 2 on Xbox. Okay, so there's a few of you that play on Xbox. Nice. Okay, well, again, I mean, yeah, I'd love to play with you guys. That'd be a lot of fun. Star Wars. If you were a Jedi, what lightsaber combat would you use? Mine is 3 and 5. Best of both worlds. Yeah, I think mine would be 3. Kind of as I mentioned earlier, Obi-Wan's got the kind of that defensive Form 3 Sorsu, and that's a character that I relate to a lot. So I think that I would probably have a lightsaber form that reflected kind of that defensive, cautious nature. I also think though Form 1, if it wasn't Form 3, Form 1, because that's really like the baseline, the basic, the fundamental lightsaber form, and most Jedi move on from the basics. They learn Form 1, and then they move on to learn something else or multiple other forms. But I could see myself, if I was choosing a lightsaber form, sticking with one and really becoming like absolutely well versed, like the master of Form 1. So, DB Skywalker, you only play the hero modes. Yeah, so I think right now the best way to like communicate, I think the best way to communicate, if you guys are wanting to play Xbox Battlefront 2, I think that probably the best way to do that is if you are on Instagram, just go follow the Instagram channel, or second time I did that account, and just DM me your gamer tag. I don't want to DM. I don't want people chatting their gamer tags because that just puts it out in public for everyone to see, and I don't want that for anybody. But I do want to play with you guys, so follow the Instagram account and DM me or whatever your tag. Yeah, Star Wars Multiverse Form 1 is underrated. I mean, it's the foundation of all of the lightsaber forms. Without it, there is nothing else. Darth Penguin, the Darth Nihilus theory was really cool. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. There are some things I'd do differently if I were to go back and redo it, but that's probably true of every piece of content I've done, and that's probably just true of everyone who puts a video out there, that they put it out there and then think, there's probably something else I would do differently. So is Mace still alive? We talked about that a little bit earlier. My short answer is, yeah, Mace could be alive. Like, it's very possible. But there's nothing that has confirmed that, and there's hardly even rumors. There's hardly strong rumors out there. There's strong theories out there, but there's no rumors. Like, we're not seeing Samuel L. Jackson hinting at it, or we're not seeing any hints from other news medias that Mace Windu could be back. But, if you could be a Sith Lord, who would y'all be? Oh, honestly, Count Dooku. And the reason I say Count Dooku is because Vader is obviously is super cool, but Vader is like just forever tortured and physically living in, like, I mean, he's got no limbs. He's more machine than man. His breathing is horrible. And Dooku honestly lives a pretty cush life for a Sith Lord. He has his own planet, Serrano, with an incredible palace that he basically lives on and does his own thing. And yeah, if I had to be anyone, choose any one of the lives of the Sith to kind of take as my own, it would be Count Dooku. Plus, Count Dooku is just an underrated character. He's awesome. let me know in the chat if you've read or listened to Dooku Jedi Lost. Fantastic book. Hey, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry that it is probably way past when you should be asleep. 4:30 was just the best time. That it was the only time that I could make work for this live stream this week. But I'm glad that you were able to stop by. Do you think Boba will die in episode 8? Lots of theories of that. I think it's really possible. To me, it would make sense that they kill off Boba. I don't want them to, obviously, but to me, one of the big purposes of bringing Boba Fett back is to give him a proper death scene. Obviously, falling into the Sarlacc pit was lame and was not a death worthy of the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett. So bringing him back to give him a more proper death scene is, it makes sense. So I think that it will probably at some point he'll die. Do I think he'll die this season? Not necessarily, but I do kind of see that Boba Fett probably will make some sort of sacrifice, maybe for Grogu, maybe for Mando. And the result of that could be that Mando inherits Slave One. Obviously, Boba's got nobody else to give Slave One to. I mean, I guess he could give it to Fennec Shand, but maybe she dies as well. But it makes sense. They've kind of set up the story that the Razor Crest is gone. Din's got no ship, so maybe it could go to Mando. Yeah. Bro, I'm totally awake now. Well, I'm glad you're awake. There's a book of Mandalorians showing all the concept. Yeah, I saw, I think Star Wars Theory did a video on that. He covered, the concept art of Mandalorian. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I just saw it, and I think the thumbnail is Grogu wearing Mando's helmet, so I'm sure that's interesting. I think he had a theory that went with that, but I don't know. I haven't watched that video yet. Yeah, that'd be sweet if Slave One appeared in Rise of Skywalker. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Comfy Wombat, you were subbed when I was at 100, so that was like in April, something like that. Well, thank you for the sub. That's awesome. Hey Ryan, what is up? Dude, we should hang out here soon. It's been a while. Let's see. Who this chat, I'm trying to catch up on it. Yeah, Grand Admiral Thrawn, we literally just, that's how, like, the minute before I hopped on this stream, everybody was blown up in the chat just saying, the Bad Batch trailer, so I just watched it, like, right as the stream started, and I am so hyped for that, so hyped. Star Wars Theory and a Star Wars Corner collab would be he is far above my pay grade. Maybe someday, but probably not. He doesn't even really do collabs with people. I wouldn't have much to offer. I think anything I can offer, he can cover. There's no benefit to me collabing with Star Wars Theory, literally the biggest Star Wars YouTuber. Okay, yeah, Bad Batch is cool, but Hayden as Anakin, impressive. Cool. Like I said, this is a pretty chill stream. The last few streams have been like this. Ghost, I don't want to be bigger than his channel one day. That sounds like a lot of work. And eh, eh. What's better, Clone Wars Anakin or Revenge of the Sith Anakin? Revenge of the Sith Anakin. I mean, that's Anakin to me. When I think Anakin Skywalker, I think Revenge of the Sith. Now, Clone Wars Anakin is fantastic. I don't think they could have done a better job taking a character like Anakin Skywalker from live action and putting him in the animated world. Did a really, really good job of that. So easily Revenge of the Sith Anakin, though. Yeah, multiverse. We did see Fennec in the Bad Batch trailer. That'd be cool if they had the same actor voice. Fennec. Let me know in the chat. I want to know what happened to the dice. Oh, the dice game. That we're probably gonna do that next week. Actually, we will probably. So for those of you that don't know what he's talking about, it was probably a couple months ago, I did a live stream where we went through like a choose your own adventure book, and we put pause on that. We haven't done it since, but we'll probably do it next week. Just because next week's going to be the same, where I don't get to do I won't be able to upload a lot, but I'll still have time for the live stream and stuff like that. So, yeah. So what, I want to know you guys, your opinion. What, is your favorite Clone Wars arc? I want to pop in on the stream because I'm going to be on Christmas vacation. Oh, man, I wish I was on vacation next week. Who do I think is the best bounty hunter? Well, is that all time? Probably Boba Fett. Boba or Jango. And then maybe Cad Bane as a close second. Okay, a lot of people saying the Mandalorian arc, the Umbaran arc, the final one. Yep. Umbara or Mortis. The Mortis arc is really interesting. I would love to see something like that. Oh, we're talking like most powerful bounty hunter. Well, I mean, I guess if we wanted to like get technical, we could at the point in the Clone Wars when Asajj Ventress becomes a bounty hunter, that could be an answer. She could be probably one of the most powerful bounty hunters just because she's a bounty hunter with force abilities. So she's a bounty hunter that was basically trained by Jedi and Sith. So that's an edge that most bounty hunters don't have. Let's see. Go Mandalore. Oh, is that your Discord there? Okay. Yeah, I think we're friends on Discord. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you stopped by. Yeah, it's probably pretty late over there. Yeah. So almost everyone is saying the Mandalore arc, and that is that would probably be my favorite. It's hard to beat that. I think a close second for me would be the Mortis arc, but I also really like the very first arc in season 1, the Malevolence one. It's just we get to see Plo Koon in a cool way. So I don't know. I just watched that one recently, so thought that was interesting. It's not as good as like the Mandalore arc and the Mortis arc and all of that, but it's a fun one. Can you do a theory with What If Films? Who is What If Films? I've never heard of them. Let me look them up real quick. I'm not saying no. I just don't know who that is. I'll check them out a little bit later. But yeah, no, I always like doing collabs. I've done collabs with a few people. I've done one with Star Wars Multiverse. They're a lot of fun, so I'm always open to that. I've never heard of What If Films. I usually like to stick to people that I've watched, just because I know what they put out and I know kind of their perspective on things. So it's nice. It's easier to collab that way. But yeah, no, I'll definitely check them out, and um, if it seems like something that could be a good fit, I'll probably reach out and see if they want to do a collab or something like that. That would be cool. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap this stream up. Again, this was just a quick stream to just kind of hang out, do a little Star Wars Q&A. Hopefully, this time next week I'll be in a little bit better spot to upload some more of the videos that I'm working on. But like I mentioned, it's just gonna be a little bit slower of a week. Oh, in my opinion, Dirge is one of not the strongest bounty hunter. He was able to regenerate and was basically unkillable. Only way he died was getting thrown into a star. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I don't know a whole lot about Dirge, to be honest. Yeah, so I don't know. Hey! Thanks for the super chat, Thrawn. Yeah, I hope it doesn't crash again either. That was a bummer when it did. So I appreciate that. I will use that super chat to fuel my next week with some tea or coffee or something like that, so that I can get back to making videos for you guys. Appreciate that. Have a good, I guess, morning for you now. Night? I don't know. I don't know. Also, was Django's armor Beskar? I don't. So, I'm pretty sure. I'll answer this and then we'll call it a day. But I'm pretty sure that it. I remember there being something. It might be Legends that called his armor Durasteel, which was tough and was a good thing to make armor out of. But it wasn't quite like Beskar. But the Mandalorian made it seem like it was Beskar, so I don't know. I haven't really done enough research into that to be able to give you an accurate answer. But I always assumed it was Beskar. But anyways, yeah, no, Disney stole your sleep today. Yeah, dropping those trailers probably wasn't a good thing. Got you all hyped. Now you can't go back to sleep. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Hope that you guys have a great weekend, and I will get my Mandalorian Chapter 15 breakdown out tomorrow, and then I am working on one fanfic that will be out on Saturday or Sunday. So have a great rest of your day.